So I'm going to make a stock to steam some chicken. So in this stock we have ham bone, celery and chive. We have cinnamon, cloves, garlic, nutmeg, ginger, and I'm gonna put a little bit of salt and a little bit of black pepper. So again we have ham bone, chive and celery, bay leaf, garlic, carrot, ginger, and yeah, I think that's about it. But I'll leave all the ingredients on the screen as we go along. Alright, so I'm going to put some water just to cover the ingredients and bring this to a boil. Let it simmer. When it starts to boil, I'm going to lower it down to the lowest and let it simmer there for about 3 hours. Then I am going to steam my chicken in that stock, and then I'm going to fry that chicken. So I'm adding layers of flavor to my fried chicken. And my grandson is playing Shak Shak in the background, so we have some music while I explain this talk that I am going to make. Sorry, again, let's go over the ingredients. Ham bone, we have clove, celery, green onions, bay leaf, carrot, garlic, ginger, and I have a nutmeg. Alright, and I'm going to put some salt. Let's go put this on the fire. Then I decided to add some green seasoning, the link above. Then I am going to cover it. This is the seasoned chicken that I have with my homemade green seasoning that I had soaking before. So I'm going to add the chicken. So the chicken is already marinated in this herb. And I'm going to add it and I'm going to let that go. So to fry the chicken, this is what I'm going to use, a combination of spices. So I'm using 11 herbs and spices. Then I am going to use some chili, some pizza seasoning. It might sound weird, but it adds extra flavor because there's a lot of dry herbs in there. And I'm going to use some lemon pepper. That is why I'm not going to add any salt to this. Plus we're steaming the chicken in salt already. And then I'm going to add some paprika. I added paprika, sorry. I'm going to mix all these ingredients together, and I'm going to use a tablespoon or 2 of cornstarch, and then I'm going to add that to the flour and fry our chicken. Okay, my grandson is saying, you all hearing what she's saying? Listen carefully. That's what he's saying in English. Alright guys, bring all the ingredients together, and as I said, I added the cornstarch, and to my flour I just added some salt, very little, and I'm going to remove the chicken from the stock and I'm going to pat dry it, and then I'm going to add it to the flour with the cornstarch that is properly well seasoned, and I'm going to shake and make sure it's properly well coated. I'm not going to use a milk bath because I'm going to bake this in a homemade barbecue sauce. I'm going to cook it on each side for 2 minutes just to develop a crust. Remember, the chicken is already cooked. Half cup of the stock we just made, 1 cup of grapefruit juice, half cup of tomato ketchup, 1/4 of a cup of mustard, 1 cup of barbecue sauce, original, 1 tablespoon of vodka. I'm going to mix everything together, and then I'm going to add it to my chicken. You can add or take away some of the measurements, okay? So I ended up using this pan, then I changed my mind and added in something else. So what I'm doing here, I add some of the sauce in the bottom, and then I put the chicken, and then I'm going to cover the rest of the chicken in the barbecue sauce, bake it at 350 degrees for 20 minutes. I did not close or cover it to bake the chicken. I let it bake open and let that chicken suck up all of the flavor from that barbecue sauce. So I just made a bread to go with the chicken, so it's just out of the oven. So we're gonna cut a slice to have with our chicken. This is, a pizza seasoning combination. I put that in the dough with some coconut milk. I also sprinkled some of the pizza seasoning on top of the bread. So let's have some of this bread with our chicken. I baked this bread for 30 minutes at 350 degrees. Apparently, I like 350 degrees Fahrenheit a lot because that's a lot. I don't be baking on that temperature, but it works. And guys, this was my breakfast